Cancer. Welcome to your June 2024 message for the month ahead. If you guys want to hang out more, I go live for free every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you'd like a personal reading, the link for all of that is down below. Okay, so it looks like for the basis of your month, it looks like it's like you're confused when to give and when to receive. Like you don't want to be the over giver, the go giver, and you don't also want to be like the taker. And it's kind of, it can be that moment where you've been in those like relationships, whether it's a love or like a work environment, where you've just gone all in, given it like your all, your go, your heart, your gumption, everything, and you didn't quite get back what you would have hoped to have, whether that had been a pay raise, whether it have been an actual long-term committed relationship. It just, you're like starting to learn that lesson of like not assuming that everyone's on the same page as you. So you're like learning those clarifying questions like, hey, so what brings you to work here? Or what brings you to the dating apps? Or what's your ideal outcome from this? So it's kind of those moments where you're learning that like, oh, you got to clarify these things. It's not a given that this is what people want. And it's just this kind of confusing place for you. And it looks like on the human level lesson what's going on. Well, it does look like it was a love interest. I'll tell you that because you got the Ace of Water right here. So it is kind of that. God, I guess the example I could think is like using a guy-girl one is like the guy who like, took her out for 5-6 weeks on dinners and like did everything right, opened the doors, And then when he was like, hey, so it's been really great. I love this connecting. Would you want to be together? Oh, no, no, no. I'm not dating anyone for years. And it's like that, what? I thought, what? Or, oh no, I want to get married when I'm older and have kids when I'm older. And you're like, what? I'm not going to like, take you out for dates for years on end. So it's those, you're recognizing you got to clarify in the relationship realm. And this can be like, this does look like there was a potential love interest because you got the Ace of Water and you got the Page of Water here. But guys, this can go to like any situation. It can go with family. It can go with coworkers. It's just you're really learning that clarifying like what are they here for? What are they in it for? What do they hope to get out of it? And it is those like kind of grown up moments because it does take away like the magic of things, right? Like, oh, we were just hanging out and it happened. When you clarify those things, it can feel a little transactional. Like, what are you in this for? So you just got to be okay that like clarity doesn't take away the magic, because when you are on the same page with someone, it is going to feel good. It is going to feel uplifting. It's going to be like, all right, we're on the same page. And it's going to feel even better because you like know without a certainty of a doubt. Okay, so it does look like in the recent past, you got the Hermit card. So it did kind of make you like, get that cave time, get that alone time, get that like, whoa, I got to rethink how I'm approaching things. Let me pull some clarifying cards for that one. Looks like there's more. Yeah, it keeps coming up. Like, you're like, whoa, I have to be that crystal clear. I have to ask those kind of questions. It wasn't understood that like, I took you out 6 weeks that I would want a relationship, or like, it wasn't understood that I, busted my booty off for a year, giving my all to this company because I thought I'd be getting a pay raise at the end of a year. Whatever it was, your scenario that played out, you're like, nope, I'm planting the seeds. I'm going to collect my harvest, but it didn't pan out. That's all I can say. And so you're just recovering from that. It does look like right now that you are hitting a moment. You got the Queen of Fire, so you're like, I'm not going to give up on life. I'm not giving it my passion. I'm not giving it my eager enthusiasm. And in the near future, you do got the Chariot card coming up. So whatever it is you're in, you're going to pull out of it, okay? It's not going to be everlasting sadness. It's not going to be everlasting whatever. You're going to pull out of it, okay? But let me pull some clarifying cards for the enthusiasm. You got the Page of Fire. Dude, you are definitely like, I'm not gonna like let this bring me down. You got the Page of Fire clarifying it, the Two of Air clarifying it, and the Eight of Fire clarifying it. It kind of like whatever the situation was, you're like, I'm not gonna let that be my reason for why I'm not moving forward and why I'm not going ahead in life. Um, and it's gonna be like you're gonna be like okay that that situation like didn't work out or didn't pan out. In terms of the chariot, yeah, you're gonna like chalk it off and be like, okay, it didn't turn out the way I would have wanted. I still want XYZ. So that's really good because it shows that um you're not sacrificing what it is you want just because they wanted something else. Like, and maybe they even said like women don't want that. You need to like catch up, or something, or men don't want that. Like you're over the hill, or you hit the wall, whatever. So whatever happened, you're not gonna let that like deter you from, well, universe, this is what I would like. Can you draw me towards that? But it does kind of like right now, the energy does just feel like a little confused as you're finding that mental clarity that it's okay to have that kind of crystal clear of communication. Because, guys, it's not going to have that like sparkly magic, like that little child magic. Because think about it, when you're a kid and you have parents and adults who are looking out for you, who go and hide the Easter eggs. So when you wake up, you're just, oh, there's eggs hidden. Well, let's go have fun, you know? So it won't feel like that kind of magic, but it will be like we have good communication and we want the same things. Like, oh, this is cool. And oh, when he mentioned that he thought like, being exclusive after like 6 to 8 weeks, it really helped me recognize that he was a good communicator. I like that. So it's more like special in the clarity of the knowing versus special in the magic. I hope that helps you guys because that can be I remember learning that. In terms of your personal power this month, you got the Three of Air. So the Three of Air is just like the sad card. So it's like your personal power is just to admit that you're really, really sad. Like I feel sad that I didn't think to ask that. I feel sad it didn't work out the way I would have wanted it to. I feel a little sad that I went gung ho into something without clarifying to make sure we both wanted the same thing. I feel sad that I didn't know to think to ask that thing. So it's like just be okay to that you might be sad and like embrace it, because when you can embrace like the low vibe emotions, guys, sad, anger, disappointed, the beauty in those is one, it's a reminder that you're human and that you're alive. Two, it lets you know that you really wanted it. Like you wouldn't be this sad that it didn't work out unless you really wanted it. So it can be like a deeper awakening to like, oh my God, I actually really do want companionship. I really do want a best friend who's my lover. I do want a wife. I do want a family. Or, you know what? I do want a career as an electrician. I do want to become an engineer. I'm so sad I failed that class. Like, this sadness is only there because I really want it. Or, there might be sadness for, oh, I feel sad. I couldn't pass the engineering class. Like, I feel like I'm letting my family down. I feel sad that I couldn't be the person they wanted me to be. Oh, my clarity is I want to discover me, you know? So there's always like let yourself feel it so that that energy releases in your body, because you don't want that to become a point of attraction in your future. Um, but there is going to be beauty in that sadness when you wake up and realize I do want it. I do think you're going to move through it because you got the Queen of Fire and you got the Chariot card too. So just be okay. There might be a couple days, maybe even like a week, even up to like a week and a half, guys. Anything over a week and a half, that's where it's like, all right, you're kind of intentionally not processing your emotions and just sulking. But in terms of outside influences around you, well, I don't think that outside influences, things are going well for people around you. So it can kind of be those moments where maybe like you and your like, college sweetheart broke up, but your other college buddies are getting married. So other people around you have like little celebrations, which that's gonna be that bittersweet moment for you. It's gonna be bitter because you're like, well, I wanted that, and you're gonna also be genuinely happy for them. And guys, the more that you can like lean into that genuine happiness for the other person, your vibes will naturally rise up, and you'll be able to get it in. And like, guys, whatever it was, whether it be like a job or like a lover, if manifesting, you could manifest quickly, be like, I'm okay with being sad and grieving the loss of this one. Of course I'm gonna miss them. I dated them for so long. And universe, I can still allow in someone new where the unfoldment can be gentle, organic, nice, blissful, joyful, and I can still get to know them and it could still lead to long term. Like, you guys are deliberate co creators. You can manifest. Okay, in terms of your hopes or fears, oh wow. Ooh, this one hit you hard, guys. Your fear is that relationships are never going to be balanced. It's that and there's also fear there too that you don't want to become transactional and be completely tit for tat. Um, so yeah, your fear is just because you do want to be that like lover, that giver, but you're like, wait, but I got to make sure that I'm getting stuff back. Whatever it was, you overgave. You just kept pouring love into this person, this situation, and you're just like, wait, whoa. But I thought eventually you'd get out of your depression. I thought eventually we would get married. I thought eventually I'd get a pay raise. Like, guys, it's okay for there has to be something in it for you. That level of selfishness is okay. That doesn't make you transactional. That makes you aware of what your needs are, and that makes you aware of what your wants and your desires are, so the universe can bring it in. So it's more like I'm no longer sacrificing my needs um, for the payout. Universe, it can come in now. It can come in now. Someone who also wants marriage can come in now. Another employer who wants someone just like me and wants to pay XYZ, they can come into my life now. So it's really about raising that positive expectation that what I want can come in now. And I don't have to play the good little boy or the good little girl for it to come in. It can come in now. Because that's one thing that I see when I take client calls. It's there. It is those moments where you're leaving like childhood, adolescence into adulthood. It has nothing to do with age. Some of my clients go through this at 30. Some of them go through it at 50. But it's those moments where it's like it's okay to look out for me and it's okay to put my needs equal to someone else's, if not like first. I'm like, guys, that is so, so okay. It does kind of look like however you guys navigate this, in the outcome, you got the page of water. That is the loving card. That is the like, okay, I'm going to keep going. I do want to love. I do want to lovingly communicate. So it does kind of feel like you're going to lovingly wrap up something from your past and just be like, hey, look, no hard feelings. I get it. You think this position is capped at 100K. You're gonna just like make peace with it, keep working there, finish it out, and like you're still gonna be. And universe, give me the company that thinks this is worth 150K, or it might be a like it's okay that things didn't work out between us. Like I should have communicated that I wanted kids, and I just didn't even think to ask that of you. No hard feelings, like, but let's move out, break it. Let's like wrap this up. So it does kind of look like there's gonna be like a loving wrap up of a situation and you are going to feel more like peaceful content and that there has to be something in it for you and that you can lovingly get it and receive it. Well, it feels like a win for you and a win for the other person. So it's leaving that childhood. I just have to wait and be a good little girl and then I'll get my present. Um, and there has to be something in it for me. And so, guys, how you get out of that transaction is where you recognize that relationships are win win. And they're win win when the thing that they need from you feels so natural and loving for you to give. You're like, I can do that for you. So just know that like all relationships are transactional. All relationships have a transaction to them, whether it is how someone said this to me was you're either paying in ass, grass, or cash. So the first category is entertainment. You're a juggler, you're a clown, you're an artist, or you're providing companionship, okay? Whether that be friendship or sexy time companionship, right? You're bringing something to the table. The other one, I messed those up. The first one is companionship. The second one is entertainment. That would be, the artist, the singer, the dancer. The first one's just companionship at any level. The third one is cash. Are you paying for the excursion to happen, right? And it's not just about like he who makes the gold, he who has the gold makes the rules. There's an element of truth to that. But you don't want to be that person who has a lot of gold and no friends to go with you. So that's why it's like, hey, buddy, I want to go to Paris. I can't. I have to work. How much do you make in a year? 50K. What if I just give you 50K? Will you go to Paris with me for a month? Yeah, sure, no problem. companionship has a value. Okay, guys. So it's the win-win is what you need. It feels so natural for the other person to give you. It feels uplifting and energizing for them, and they're like, I would love to do that for you. So just know that you're going to work through this. You're going to navigate through it. You're going to be okay. You're going to find your spunk and spark back in life. And it's just going to be like way more, I don't want to call it balanced relationships, because you're going to now go like, hey, like I actually do need a woman who likes to cuddle. You do like to cuddle. In fact, you need to cuddle in the mornings too. Perfect. Yeah. So it's going to be like that deliberate happiness instead of that childlike happiness where it's older adults who planned ahead to make it magical for you. So, all right, this is overall a good reading for you. I do give you some love with the sadness you're going through. Again, you could come hang out Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Eastern Time on my Facebook business page or my Facebook group. The links for that are down below. Or you can book a personal reading. The link for that is also down below. I look forward to hanging out however you guys want to.